Good morning, this is Mary with Mojo Designs, and we are going to be creating a 5x7 card. I'm showing antique linen and vintage photo distress inks, and we're going to go around the edge of this card. Britta from Art is My Sunshine has some fabulous tutorials on distress inks, and so I'm really not going to go in too much, and as you see, I fast forwarded through this part. I'm just applying it to the edges. And you can watch Britta's videos. They're fabulous. Here I have a Sugar Creek Hollow image, and it's the Parisian dress that I showed a little bit last week. And I'm going to cut one out of this pack that I had printed. And we're going to be doing some Prisma coloring today using Odorless Mineral Spirits or Gamsol. Now this technique is newer to me, so I know that I'm not doing everything correctly. But I wanted to show you how easy it is to use color pencils versus Copic markers when coloring digital images. And the Odorless Mineral Spirits, you want to make sure that you're not sniffing it, because it is like a solvent. So here I'm going to be pouring out the mineral spirits. Those are my Prisma color pencils. Here are some stumps. This one is a tortilla stump, which you can't really see. You can peel it off to make it sharp. These stumps you actually use some sandpaper to file them. And here's the Odorless Mineral Spirits. I just got it at my local craft store. And I'm taking very little because they say you don't want to be sniffing it. There is no scent, so you do want to be careful. Work in a well-ventilated area. And then what you do is you dip one end of your stump into the Gamsol or Odorless Mineral Spirit, and then you color with your on top of your Prisma color pencils. There I was showing you that apple paper from Studio Calco. I didn't end up using it, but I was trying to match my colors. I have very limited Prisma color pencils. I want to say I have like less than 20. So here I'm showing you that I took, I think this is an orange. I'll have to look up the color later. Now I'm taking my stump and just getting the mineral spirits on there and going in a circular motion. Obviously this is sped up. And I'm just kind of pulling and dragging. Now I didn't lay down a whole lot of color to begin with, so this kind of looks streaky and blotchy. You really do want to lay down a lot more color than I did if you want to blend this large of an area. But make this, making it work. I'm putting on some more Odorless Mineral Spirits just to kind of, what the solvent does is it melts the wax and whatever the components of the Prisma crayons. And here I'm just doing some more. Just really trying to blend it. I like how it has that streaky effect. Not on everything will that work though. But for this dress, it's nice. Here I'm coming in with a poppy red that I have. And I love how Tracy has shaded she's done all the work for us. Now I'm coming back in with my already wet stump from previous, and I'm going to be blending those two in. Now normally you do not want to be dipping and getting more of the mineral spirits, but again I didn't use enough color, nor did I have my stump saturated enough, so you really want to make sure that your stump is saturated. And it's really quick and easy. Now this harsh line you see on her dress on the left hand side, you totally don't want that, just so you know. Here I'm coming in, I think it's a burnt umber. I'm taking a new side and just quickly doing some streaks to kind of blend that in and pulling up the color. And you see how that just instantly gives you dimension to that dress bottom. And I made a little boo-boo. I put, you know, too much pressure and too much mineral spirits. Taking the couple colors of brown and the smaller stump here and just going to draw in the color from the outside where I've colored to the inside to have that shading. And that was the first color. Again, a little crazy. Here's the red. Adding some browns. And I'm doing brown down at the bottom. Adding some more shading. See, it's super simple. You just, you know, keep going back and forth. Here I decided to use a yellow. And once I got the dress colored, I realized that it was too orange for those apples. Here I'm taking antique linen and going around just to soften that white. Now I'm taking vintage photo, softening the edges, and then I'm doing a more harsh, dramatic edge. Here I have some more Studio Calico paper, and this is the elementary line. And just distressing the edges. First I'm taking the antique linen, vintage photo, quickly going around. A tip, normally what I would do after that is take my antique linen and blend in the vintage photo. Yeah, I decided I needed more of a defined edge. Here I found some ribbon in my scrap stash. It's a grosgrain of some type. I had tied it too loosely, and so here I'm correcting my mistake so that I have a snug ribbon. Now I'm applying some foam adhesive to the finished image. And applying that to the front of the card. Here I have the circle where I took some antique linen and now some vintage photo going around the edges. So that's really distressed. I have a paper tray ink. This is the dress form, one of their mini stamp sets. And I just love this stamp set. And I'm using the same sentiment as before just because I need to send out some, you know, thinking of you encouragement cards. So this one says just a note, and I stamp that with some black ink. Now I'm putting 2 pieces of foam adhesive so that it really pops on the front here. Made a mistake, need to move it. Alright, here I'm going to apply our card panel to the front. Again, this is a 5x7 card. And this is just a really simple way and technique using Prismacolor pencils and Odorless mineral spirits. Thanks for stopping by today and have a wonderful day. Bye.